Test, test, testing. Okay, I guess I'm on. Hey guys, how you doing? Um, Still trying to get everything set up here, so just give me a moment. Be able to see your chats and so on. Oh, sorry. So we're gonna be chatting mainly in the chat room here on Twitch. So if you're interested in chatting and finding about the state of the game, I know some people might be coming in to see me play a game, and if so, I appreciate it. But right now, I'm doing an update to Fifth Wall Gaming, which is a company I own, and we're going to be talking about that mainly, about the games I have and the games coming out. So, yeah, if you guys want to hang around, we'll do it. I can't guarantee we'll play games after, but you never know. Um, yeah, we'll check it out. Anyway, welcome um, to the year end update about what's going on with the game. And hang on, uh, pop out chat. There we go. There we go. So I'm not actually seeing myself talk, which is kind of distracting. Okay. So, let's see here. What is the first thing we want to talk about? Um, First thing we want to talk about is the updates coming out. Characters 2.0, ships 2.0, space 2.0, everything 2.0. Um, we're not going to be. I'm not going to be able to do it by the end of the year. Um, I put out a vote, and you guys said you wanted good updates that are solid and have few bugs in them, or at least as little bugs as possible on the alpha. So I'm making the decision to hold off and not release what I got so far. I'll be showing you what I got so far shortly here. Um, See, I got the my sequel that we can take a look at, and show you some fun stuff there. And I even got like the Project Elpis. But right now, you get to look at my Ugly Mug. Um, so we got. I'll show you what's in development, what's going on. Um, I hesitate making a promise as to when this stuff is going to come out because I don't know for sure. I really don't. Um, the way I code is I get in there and I start coding something that I'm supposed to code. Like I'll go in and be like, all right, I need to program in Helm. I need to get Helm done. So I'll go in there, work a bit on Helm, and then like one of you guys offer a suggestion, or I think to myself, wow, that would be really cool. So like I shoot over and I start doing other stuff, um, and just it I start doing this other cool thing, and I go off on that, and then I something else catches my eyes. Oh, squirrel, and like I start getting that stuff. So I can't really. Um, I the project manager that I had, the ticket system, is on there, but I can't guarantee that I'm following that, and that's a problem. I need to be better with that. I need to focus on no Helm needs to be worked on instead of doing something cool like procedurally generating planets that you guys are going to need. Um, there was Anyway, I'll get to that in a moment. But I wanted to show you some things that we are working on. Um, just a quick update on the. Excuse me. So anyway, um, I want to work on a couple. I want to show you a couple other things um, that I'm working on. Um, so anyway, or at least give you an update as to that. Um, Master of Spies, I'm trying to get done in also with Project Elpis. That's again another squirrel moment. I've been working on that because that's going to generate income. Um, That's going. Project Elpis will be free. Um, if it gets to the point where um, if it gets to the point where people want to start creating offshoots, I might charge a licensing fee, reasonable depending on what they want to do with it. Um, but otherwise, it's gonna be free. Project Elpis is gonna pretty much stay free. At this moment in time, that is what I'm figuring. Master of Spies is going to be an income generator, um, and I need income. I do. I I need to be able to get more than one fast food takeout per month. Um, just for my own sanity. Although now, like, I have enough just to run the server. In fact, I'm taking a slight loss with the server with the donations, and this is not a slam at you guys with the donations. I appreciate every single dollar you're able to give, and I really do. Um, but yeah, the server cost runs at $42 a month, and I'm getting like 40 after Patreon takes out its details. But $2 I'm not going to worry about. You know, I make enough that with my disability that I can cover that. But if I need to upgrade it to handle like Master of Spies or with the new system I'm thinking about doing, then I'm going to need to generate some kind of income to handle the overage. Because the chat is a beast. There's no getting around it. I tried working on a non ping type of chat, and it's just not working. It's not working for me. Something inside here is not clicking. Um, so what I need to do is I need to generate a source of income, and then that source of income will generate up a a higher amount of um, a higher amount of server that we can have. The virtual server right now is handling you guys fine. I'm pretty sure it will handle the chat fine. Um, but the stuff I have planned for the ships, it might not. So I need to boost it up a bit more. I need to get a little bit more memory, um, or CPU speed. I'm not sure. CPUs are I don't know. Anyway, I need to upgrade it a bit in order to make sure that um, that this works. And if I'm getting a ton of Steam users for if I get a bunch of users for Master of Spies, then that's going to take its toll on the server as well. So I need to really boost it up there to handle both games. Um, anyway, so let's go ahead and let's peek in on some things that we have here. Let me just go over to here. Now this is the new character screen that we're going to be having. You may be familiar with this. Um, call sign describes what it is. Um, has a brief description about um, each race that's available. I don't have the Renock and the Snake People, the Catlin. Well, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but the Snake People. I don't have those approved on the dev server here. So, but this is all correct, at least on the dev server. Um, the total number of players and the active number of players. Um, this is being pulled from the database instead of just being hard coded in, which, as a developer, this is a good thing. Um, because it means that I could go in and just add a new race, like, boom, there you go. Um, but yeah, you pick that out, you put in the referral code. This right here, the stats. The stats are laid out. Now, I had this working, but sadly it broke right as I was setting this up. But when you set this, it should be populating you currently have X number of points to spend. And it will calculate the total based on what you select. So you'll be able to see exactly how much money you'll be able to spend. It will close out things if you're negative. so that you can't go higher. It will change the values available type thing. But you've already seen this before. Um, the skills I need to go through a bit, but and like for specialization needed, I need to cut that down to one, and then add specialities as well. Um, Cuddle Pit is going to be working on in January getting those specializations done. Um, so you just basically select a skill, select how many points you're going to put into it, and what speciality you want, if a speciality is available for it. And yeah, the, you put that in advantages. We got all the advantages from the GURP set. And right now, at this moment, I'm working on each individual thing is going to be like, let's say you select acute touch. Then what it's going to be is it's going to put in anytime you roll for touch, it's going to automatically give you a bonus on your die roll. Um, if you if you select ambidexterity, if you try using something in your offhand, it automatically gives a -4, but this will allow for you to do it, and we'll be able to put in packages like when you select, let's say Davul, right? You automatically get like the Davul package, which might be not only just additional strength and additional health, but it might also include, let's see, it might include extra attack, or it might include giant, or it might include something else that is put in, and we'll make up a package total, and that will be the point cost of you selecting Devil or Udu or whatever. So we can attach advantages and disadvantages. Um, there's all kinds of um, maybe Devuls get motion sickness, or maybe your new race gets motion sickness, so on and so forth. And your personality, all of you guys are familiar with these traits. This is where you're going to be putting it in, um, and so on. And you submit character, and it submits it. Um, Now on to the one of the cooler parts. Let's get this up here. Any questions so far, by the way? The chat is quiet. Both chats are quiet. I'm looking at both. And so far, nothing. Olympian Underworld just said face face. All good. Okay. Kappa, whatever Kappa is. Anyway, so this is the new bridge, and the chat pops up right there because I haven't turned off my radio. Um, so this is the new chat, which I think all of you are doing. As you can see, you can scroll up and down the page, and it just stays right there. You can click hide it, show it, um, click on local chat, and you could talk. If you switch over to government radio, this should all disappear. This should all disappear. There we go. Meaning that right now you have not been able to hear anything. So it's going to be a time thing. If you want to stay on the radio, you need to stay on the radio and listen. Um, if you want to, so there's going to be no more logs unless you physically, as a group, make logs as you go. And then it's a good idea to know the language because everyone speaks common. That will be a free skill. Everyone speaks their racial language, free skill. But if you don't speak the language, it's see now we switch back and it's not going to show me, um, not going to show me that information anymore because I went to a different channel. So when I come back, anything that was said before then is going to be removed. So let me fix that. Hang on 1 second. Let's see. Channel listening time. Let's put it to 2016. So I've been on that channel. channel for a full year, and that gets reset when you log off and so on. So you don't need to reload because it's all pulling it in by a Ajax call. So every every 10 seconds it's pulling in the chat, and every 45 seconds it is saying, "Hey, I'm online." So the online system, when it says online players, no one else, that is going to be a lot more accurate. Um, it's going to be like, if you're on the page, you're online. I might have it time out if you don't do anything on the page to prevent idling. Um, but that's to be here or there. But anyway, if you don't speak the language, it will tell you what language it was spoken in, and then give you this gibberish thing. So we finally have languages that really matter. For a long time, I ran a LARP that had postings in different languages, and that's where the language code first came from. You could speak in various languages, and everyone who didn't speak that language would get gibberish. So, like, they wouldn't be able to say what you're doing. So, I think the fact of not everyone speaking every language is going to add to the um, misunderstandings, let's say, that occur with the role playing. You get misunderstandings, you get fights, you get action, you get drama. So that's I think is going to be a um, big push for what I'm trying to do for role playing. Oh, let's see what else. So this is the new chip. Let's hide the currently held items here. Um, so this is the bridge. Each one of these is a separate location. If you want to travel within those locations, I cannot travel here. Since I'm on the bridge, I can travel here or here to the cargo hold. Um, so this will be configurable. You'll be able to set up your own ship however you want, as long as the airlock is in that position. The bigger your ship gets, the more spaces you have to put different things. So you could make a long hallway with a T intersection, which leads to the cargo bay and leads to the transporter. Personal personnel quarters, so you could sleep. Things like that. Eventually, what I want to do is I want to make this. I want to make facilities basically ships, and have facilities on the ships. So facilities on the planet or facilities in space will basically be, in code terms, that are um, ships that are not able to move because they don't have engines. If you don't have engines, you can't move. Um, and yeah, engines could get damaged, engines can fail, and it will be up to the um, response of the engineering, which I'm joining now. This is a dev server, so it's not configured for total web presence, so it's going to take a little bit longer than it would online. You cannot put engines on stuff and have them fly. Um, the idea is that you have a ship, and those are the only things that can fly. Um, if you were to take a facility and say, if you were to take a facility, ships will be. I would say yes. I didn't consider that, but yes. Facilities can be on planets. Can ships also land on planets? Yes. Not this update, though. Ships stay in space and you beam down, and then you need to beam back up. But I am planning on having some kind of shuttle system where you could take a shuttle down. Landing the ship, I would say, would be a bit more difficult because, it's like the Enterprise landing, compared to a shuttlecraft. But I am planning on doing, like, sending a shuttlecraft down landing where you want, and then you need to go back to that shuttlecraft to get back on your ship to fly off. So this is the engineering station. We're going to be having a power generator, and what that does is it generates a power based on fuel. So your fuel is going to go is going to be put into the generator. It's going to produce power. Power is used to fly around and to do stuff, fire weapons, things like that. Um, so having a lot of fuel is good, but you need a really good power generator. Like this one produces 300 power per unit of fuel. So, and a jump is going to cost you roughly 5 to 6 power. Um, but this has a little charge system. I haven't done it yet, but this is all going to be in Ajax as well. So when you click it, you'll see the number actually tick down or tick up. Um, and let's see. And you'll be able to also repair there. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, let's see. Once again, Dev, I take no responsibility for crashes and so on that happened during this demo. Okay. Science is a big thing that's going on here. Let's get that loaded up. Okay. So this is the scanning range that we have. It's a small ship that I have. It doesn't have much scanning range. You can get better scanners that will scan outward even more. Um, so if I click on a sector, okay, let's say that little sector right there, 450 by 450. It will open up every ship that's in here. Remember, this is development, so I mean it's I moved all the ships to here basically. It won't be this many. I hope not. And yeah. Anyway, so it tells you the council. It tells you the facilities in this location. Um, it gives you reports about Nebula and so on and so forth. If you hit a who should we check on? If we scan a ship, let's see. Um, let's go with USS Blacklight. I like the name. As you can see, depending on my skill as a scanner operator, it will give me this information. Shields, weapons, cargo. It gives me a map of their ship, as well as any life sign. So that's a life sign right there that we know someone's in the airlock right now. You know how much fuel they have, power they have. It's not docked. They have the class, which is dependent on what the race calls that, and the name. So it's a nice little system here. And wormholes, you can activate wormholes from this location. You can scan nebula, things like that. It's a lot of scanning stuff, finding out information. So moving on, security hasn't really changed. Um, Helm has, so we'll check out Helm, and then we'll move on to let's see. Then we will move on to what else is there? You already know about the chat. Already know about that. Um, yeah, those are the main things that are happening right now. So after that, we will. So here you can, if you have an impulse drive attached, to your ship. Basically um, you can basically go to any sector, and what it will do is it will say, okay, I'm at 450, 450, or 750, 750. Um, am I at 750, 750? And why the heck did it show me 450, 450? Saying 450, 450. But it's showing sector 750. Okay, I'll note that in the bug log. Um, so that will be fixed. And anyway, if I'm at 750, 750, and I want to go to 450, 450, what it will do is the ship will be set on a course for that location. Um, and I think it's going to be every minute, it's going to move one sector, um, diagonal, so on. It moves around Nebula, um, but essentially it's going to plot out a course and then fly there. This uses no power. Um, it's what I call moseying. If any of you guys have played the Firefly board game, it's basically that. You can burn, meaning you can jump and get there fast, or you can use your impulse and slowly move to that direction. Um, and it will take a while. But you add on higher engines and you start moving like more than one space on that turn. So let's say a five strength engine will move you five spaces um, along the path every minute. Um, so that's how Zerna, and depending on your piloting skill as well, um, or engineering. I'm not sure about that yet. There's a lot of iffy here. But for manual, it will set you on the route and get you going with your towards your direction. If you want to deviate from that, if you want to be like, okay, I need to start heading um, towards a in the reverse direction, you just hit this button and put on how much thrust you're doing, and this will update in a moment. So here we're going x minus 1, y minus 1, still hitting z1, so we could do negative if we want. And we're using it at full power. So we're basically like stopping and then backing up from the path we were talking about, 750 to 450. Um, so this is kind of a manual control aspect. Um, if anyone out there wants to get in touch with me about building a actual 3D engine about flying the ship, I would be more than happy to discuss it with you. Um, and anyway, let's see. Uh, that's pretty much it. Characters are taking so long because skills need to be done. Um, advanced um, uh, advantages, disadvantages need to be done. Um, and that's just a lot of going through each thing and plugging it in where it needs to be. Um, so yeah, that's the main reason why that's late. Ships 2.0 characters in ships, because it's a fully realized 3D space. Because ships are going to have like an XY coordinate, but it also has a Z coordinate, so you can have a turbo lift that takes you up to different levels. Um, so it's not just on a flat plane anymore. Um, so because of that, because I changed the sectors to be really big, and I'm talking really big, um, the only issue is that that changes characters because now they have to identify where they are in the universe. Um, it changes a whole lot of stuff that I now have to. So they're kind of intertwined. I can't release one without breaking the other. I could release everything here, but you're going to get a lot of bugs. So it was decided not to do that. And I'm fine with it. Just it's not going to be done by the end of the year. I tried. I really did. Um, I'm working on this at least 6 hours a week. Um, I'm in blocks of 3 hours at a time. I'm I'm working on it more, but I'm saying at the very least, I'm working on it on 6 hours a week. But usually I'm putting in like about 15 to 20 hours a week. Um, Reason why I'm saying six is because I might have to get a job. If I need to get a job, then my amount of time is going to be a little bit less than I have available. Um, but so far, nothing on the horizon yet. So that's that's that. So anyway, um, that is about it for Project Elpis. Um, gonna go on and um, talk about Master of Spies for a moment. So if all you care about is Project Elpis, now's the time to quit the stream. Let me restart that and pull this back up. Just one moment. Here, I'll go ahead and give you a nice little thing here, and we'll be right back. And let's see here. We need to apparently the guide about Twitch is that you should keep talking no matter what. So I'll do a little singing. Dun, 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 dun. No, I'm not going to torture you with that. Master of Spies. And there we go. And let's get you back here. Okay. So now when we reload this, it should be Master of Spies. Oh, secret chip. Yeah. There we go. And yep. Master of Spies does not exist. What? Hang on. Data source Master of Spies does not exist. I haven't done on this system. Oh. So hang on 1 second. I'm gonna go transition again. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Min. Set this up real fast. I haven't set it up on this main computer. I've been mainly working on my laptop, which desperately needs an upgrade, and I need to set this up. Need to tell it, hey, there's a Master of Spies database here. You should use that as a data source. And let's see. And here we go. And let's. Huh. I'll let you see what I'm seeing. That's not right. So let's go ahead and download this stuff from the web. Oh, I know. I really should have had this set up earlier, but I haven't. I'm a bad developer. Let's see. I'm gonna skip that for now. And, okay, maps. Wow, I really haven't updated this in a long time. So give me a second. I'm still working here. Let's see. That should do it. Let's see here. All right, let's try this again. Ta-da! Okay, so this is the Master of Spies. Master of Spies is actually going to have a fully accessible API for those who want to make games. Only on the development. Only on dev. Um, but there's going to be a straight API for this. In fact, this web page, all it's doing is calling the API. Select different types of orders. Um, by the way, Aura was the one who came up with this map. All claps to her. Um, she was the one who picked out the names of the cities, and so on. Um, she still needs to get me agent pictures, but Aura, if you're ever watching this, I need those pictures, please. Anyway, um, so yeah, it's basically the same game. Spies are going to be moving around, capturing cities. Games will be every month. Um, with like its game lasts about 3 weeks. Um, with 1 week for um, sign ups and resetting the game and all that kind of stuff. Um, and games will cost the application is free, and the games will cost $1, um, and everyone gets like one free game. So they may try it, they may say, I'm not interested, and then leave. Um, but and I know it's kind of a niche game. I know it probably won't sell that well, but if I'm into this kind of thing, I'm sure there's a couple other people that might be interested in this. That might be interested in a game that you send orders to and you put down. Um, but anyway, with the API, you'll each person will have a unique token that they can make up their own application, call the API and get information that only their character would have, and they can display it however they want. It's going to be open source when it comes to that. Um, I'm fully expecting people to come up with different ways of displaying the map, um, all kinds of stuff that I can't do. Um, but it will be calling my back end to give them data to populate their system. Um, but yeah, that's basically what's happening with this. I'm hoping to get this out like um, I'm going on vacation to the East Coast on the 4th to the 15th. I know I just said I need money, but this has been a long time coming, and I've been saving up all year for this. Going out to see my family that I haven't seen in like years, so it's important to me that I go. Um, it's really important. Yeah. Anyway, I don't have to explain myself to you. Um, so yeah, middle of January or beginning of January, I won't be available, but I'm planning on working on this December, um, January, possibly February. With working on Project Elpis, I'm going to be working on both. Um, but like I said, I need to devote more time to this because this is what brings in money. Hopefully, I hope. Um, or I might do it where you buy the game for $1, and then it gives you access to because I got a way to get on Steam where it's going to be like a window and it's going to be a program that loads up the page as a program. Um, but yeah, maybe I'll do like $1 buying, um, and you get one free game with that dollar, so you can try it out. And $1, I mean, I think people would be willing to wait give $1 for that. Um, yeah, I think so. I think people would be willing to pay $1 for something like this. At least I would. I would $1 a month. Yeah. Um, but we're not going to be using Discord. There is a Discord chat server, but as you know, it's being switched over to Fifth Wall Gaming. Um, and Discord, and this also goes to Project Elpis. So when I said Project Elpis talk is done, I was kidding and getting people out of the chat who aren't real dedicated to this. But no one left. In fact, more people came. So I don't know how to take that. Um, so Discord is going to go totally out of character. No in-character information is going to be on Discord anymore. Um, it's going to be all out of character information. So any information you find on Discord with any of the Fifth Wall Gaming games is not going to be valid to use in character. Um, this this allows me to keep information on the main page. There'll be a chat system hooked up with Master Spies once I get it perfected in Project Elpis, so you'll be able to talk to your teammates and so on. But yeah, yeah, this yeah, um, this will eliminate the whole what's in character, what's out of character, so on. As for the race discussions, um, I know a lot of people wanted to keep a lot of that stuff out of character or in character but secretive. That's not going to work anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to not yet just yet, so don't panic yet. I'll give you plenty of notice. But what I'll probably do is I will give you guys like a week or two warning, and then drop um, drop the channel totally because I can't. I'm not about to remove like 2 years worth of posts manually. Um, drop the channel and then recreate another one for discussions, and then you can put in there what you need. Um, but just make sure you realize that all of this is out of character. All of this is to help people learn about different races and so on. There won't be any more uh, listings on the channel showing what government you belong to because it's no longer going to be just Project Elpis. And also, that's kind of in character information. I know it's what everyone knows, but I want like I want there to be a clear separation of in character and out of character information. Um, when people get on the radio and someone new shows up and says something, and some people say, "Oh, that sounds like a Duval." How do you know that? Like, you sound like an Udu, or you sound like a human. You don't know that. How can you know that? It's no, because your thing is blue or green or white or orange or when Cavalon came on. I think that's how you say it, Cavalon. Anyway, when Cavalon came on, everyone was like, "You sound like a snake." What? And I didn't. I mean, you can make an argument that the you know hissing and so on, but who says he hisses? You know. So and also I want there to be able to be secretive stuff. Like I want to be able to put someone on. Um, he did make a hissing noise. That's true, but yes, he did this. Yes, I understand, but I mean, you could call him a leaky tire race as well. I mean, hiss does not automatically mean snake. A hiss might just mean he hisses. It's not it's not really evidence of you're a snake. That's a good point, Cuddle Pit. By the way, guys, Cuddle Pit is over there. Um, hang on one second. Let me turn on the. Cuddle Pit is right over there. See, she does exist. She is real. Say hi, Cuddle Pit. See, I don't know if you could have heard that, but she does exist. So stop with the rumors of she doesn't actually exist and she's my alter ego or something. Anyway, um, so yeah, that's um, E. Schweitzer. I think that's Epic Brony says hi.
Oh, okay.
Just wanted to pass along the message. So now I'm playing message thing. Yeah, okay. Hold on one second. Let me. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. That's her waving. That is in his third hand. Um. So that's why I want to totally separate it. It's noob. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's noob. It was not epic. It was noob. Well, it was epic, but it was epic like, but the E threw me in the name. That's actually noob. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
NEWB. You didn't know that
N
was
N
noob?
U B E. Noob. The character name noob.
NUBE?
NUBE. Yeah.
I've seen that, but it,
Yeah,
Where?
he's part of the Terraflora. No, he's been pretty active. He's like one of the
No, no.
counselors of.
I meant the name. I I was thinking. Never mind.
What were you thinking? Anyway. So yeah. Oh, okay. Grim wants your birth certificate. Anyway,
My birth certificate.
I want to make a total separation of in character and out of character. Also, with the radio on the on the main page, if we put in character chat there, I can have people be able to listen but yet not talk. So if someone wants to be all sneaky on here, you see who's on the radio, and you could choose to like just reset the radio and get them off. With this new system, you don't necessarily see people in the radio. So, yeah, people might be able to listen in on your radio if they can bypass security hacks and so on. And I'll automate that so like you have to roll hacking or something like that to get on. Um, so that's the state of Project Elpis, um, and Master of Spies, which are the only two games I'm working on right at the moment. Um, I had another game, but the writer like lost me on. The writer didn't work out, and I'm not a creative writer, so it didn't work out. Um, anyway, having said that, there will be a Christmas event. Um, Santata, however the will say it, will be visiting on the 25th, and delivering goodies to all the good. I want to say good boys and girls, but no, he'll be visiting all of you, um, and be giving you a code. I can't guarantee what it will be. Um, I'm considering making individual gifts for you guys and then distributing those to like the top. Um, no, that wasn't Jade. That wasn't Jade. Um, if I'm considering making up individual gifts for you guys and then giving those to you, for like the top 10 or 15 people, and everyone else gets like a lump of coal. But like the most active people, the most people who drive plot lines and so on. That's what I'm saying. I might make him character specific. Um, that takes a lot of work for me because I need to program in each item individually. But I could do that. I mean, it's not that hard. Um, at the very least, you're gonna get something. You're gonna get another package that can only be opened on Christmas. Um, I kind of like that. Kind of like you gotta sign on at Christmas when you're busy with family and so on, just so you can get your gift. I'm evil that way. Um, so yeah, you'll get at least that, and they might contain special gifts just for your character. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, I've been talking for about 50 minutes, so I think that's long enough. Do you guys have any questions at all? Anything you want to know? Anything you want more information on? Let me know. Let's see. And I hate the lag because you're probably not even to that point where I'm talking there. Oh, let's transition back to. And that's. There we go. Character skills, too damn expensive. Yes, character skills are too damn expensive. We are moving over to a GURP system. Um, let's see if I can. See. GURPS. Um, GURP site. Let's load up the PDF. Let's see. This is actually going to order it. Let's just pop that on. So, for those who say um, the skills are too expensive right now, yes, I know, because that's the way the skills are when we first did this. I'm moving to GURPS, so therefore, this is going to be this is going to be right here. Oh, you can't see that. Okay, let me choose back. So this is going to be the skill list. Okay, you're going to be able to get, let's say, a dex is your score in dex. IQ is your IQ score. So let's say you have an average skill, an average mental skill. If you want to get, and you have a 10 IQ, which is average. If you want to get that skill level at 8, which means you need to roll a 8 or less, it will cost you half a point. Because it's IQ minus 2. So 10 minus 2 is 8. It's an average skill, so it will cost you half a point. If you want to get it at 10, it costs you 2 points. You're going to get, if you're active, you are going to get roughly 5 points a week. 5 total points a week. If you're not active and you're just like meandering, you'll get like 2, maybe 1 if like you never sign in. But you will slowly gain experience. So if you want to get even very hard skills, let's say you have a 10 IQ, you want to get that at -1, even if you don't sign in. Um, okay, so meandering is commands entered, web page is loaded basically. If you sign in, and for the entire week, if you sign in, because I have the ability to track you how often you're and how active you are. If you sign in and you just sit there on the same page for like a couple hours and then sign off, I will not count that time. If you sign on, you talk on the radio for a while, you move around your ship, you go and capture government, you go and capture territory on planets, you go fly your ship around and explore new areas, so on and so forth. That's active, and you'll get rewarded in XP for that. Um, you should get up to 5 XP. XP is going to be limited by 5 a week, um, because after like 3 months, um, is 20. You'll have 60 points, and with this type of skill spending, 60 points is going to be. Let's say you have a dex of 10, which is average. You want a dex of 14 for something super hard. You can get 2 of those with 64 points, but with that much, you can get 2 of those at like 14. That's pretty good. It will be that's what I mean by difference between meandering and active. If you just sign on just to sign on, just to get XP, the system will detect it and it will give you like your 1 XP per week. Um, and if you, so you don't even really need to sign on. I mean, well, you should, because after 3 months you're considered inactive. Um, but if you sign on like once every 3 months, you'll still get the point a week. I'm still going to give that to you because time has passed and your character has been doing stuff like off screen. But considering that there's no in character stuff left on Discord, you can't then say, well, I was doing stuff on the radio, I was making deals, I was doing all this, because you haven't, because you're not on the web page doing it. Um, so yeah, there'll be. That's what I mean. If you keep active on there, you're good. If you don't keep active on there, then you get the minimum XP. As for business, what specifically about business did you want to know? The businesses are going to have an upgrade with Empires. Empires is the next big update that I'm planning. Um, I need to get ships and characters and space out the door before I even start seriously considering Empires. But Empires is going to be, excuse me, Empires is going to be a lot of NPC work. So NPCs will be able to be hired based on what the average hiring amount is in the universe. So as a group, you guys can lower prices down or you can raise prices up, so on and so forth. And morale will be affected based on how much you pay your workers and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, um, the basic idea is that if you got a job you don't want to do, you can hire an NPC to do it for you. You tired about moving your stuff out of this the extractors over to someplace else? Hire a worker to do it for you, an NPC worker. He'll do it. He'll charge you a certain. He'll charge your government or your business a certain amount. And you're good. Businesses are going to basically take the place of governments. Um, Businesses are going to basically handle the government role. There will still be government, um, but a lot of the powers that the government has will be transferred over to businesses, and businesses will be able to establish territories that their business rules are in effect. Now, government is still required because you want to get like you want to be diplomatic with other races. You want to um, have maybe set laws across all businesses. So races that want a government could still have one, but they're not going to be required anymore. It's going to be, do you want to sign up with a business, um, or um, do you want to join the this particular government? Characters starting out will not be attributed to a government or to a business. They'll be on their own. They'll be free and clear. They'll be unaffiliated. The governments can then attract them in to get revenue off them through taxes. Um, and will also, but its main taxes will be from the businesses. So you could join up with the government. They'll give you certain protections as governments nowadays. But the main thing that is going to be critical to have is businesses. It will be businesses running things like they do now. You know, um, governments nowadays allow for laws, but the businesses allow for um, working working stuff. Um, yeah, disappeared. What? I just saw your artwork. Are you? I feel that that's me. Do I detect shade coming my way? Anyway, um, yeah. So anything else, guys? Because I'm getting requests to disappear. So yeah, can't say I feel good about that. But yeah. Yes, the number of cities are reduced to what's shown on the map. Instead of having 3,700 cities, there's there's now going to be 27, I believe. So yeah, there'll be a lot less, and you won't have to know your geography very well to figure it out because you got the map. And I picked out cities um, that were 100,000 or more, pretty much. So like big cities that people will know. So, is there any other questions? Anything else? And if not, I'll head off. Oh, did I say disappear? Oh, I misunderstood. Okay, I feel a little bit better now. But it is starting to, it is getting a bit long here. So we should probably wrap this up. So, okay, other advantages that exist. So, the GURPS Lite has some advantages. Basically, any any advantages that people can have will be available for a race. The question is, does it make sense for that race to have advantages? So, like strong will. It doesn't make sense for a Nudu to have a strong will, or maybe it does, depending on how you think about it. Um, luck, toughness. Okay, so here we go. Udu wouldn't have toughness. I can't see giving that as a race advantage. Um, Udu can purchase it if they want to, but it's not part of the Udu package. Um, I could see putting toughness in with Duval, or I could even see it with Santor. Those races are inherently tough. They got a lot of damage resistance. They could take a lot of. They could take a lot. So I would put toughness in with one of with their level. Now the 10 or 25, it depends. Probably do a 10. Um, okay, so let me go over skills real fast. So let's see here. The system is really simple. Um, you have these skills. Let's say you have um, acting. Let's say you want to do an acting challenge. You want to you're pretending to be a government inspector. There is no cap. That is well, no, there is no cap, but there is a loss of returns if you go too high. So the idea is that um, you have your skill level, and then it subtracts. You have your skill level, and then the difficulty of the task subtracts from that skill level. And you need to roll under your skill level. 17 and 18 are always critical failures. So, let's say you have a skill of 10, right? Um, what that means is you're acting, you need to roll a 10 or less if you have that skill. If you don't have that skill, there's a default. And the system, I'm kind of proud to say, the system figures out your default for you. And it rolls the best number it possibly can. So if you don't have that skill, you can try acting, but it will be at your IQ minus 5. Now, if you want it set at 10, it's the mental average, so it costs 2 points. You spend 2 points, you get that skill acting at 10 at levels of 10. Okay? Now, you can increase. Let's say you want to go for 11. It will cost you 2 points because the difference of 4 to 2 is 2 points per level. Until we get to like the 12 and the well, until we get to no, on easy, average, and hard, it's 2 points per level. So if you want to get that skill up to 20, you could do it. You need to roll under a 20 on 3d6. 17 and 18 always fail no matter what, so there's always a chance of failing, critical fail. Um, but you get more chances to critically success at that high level because if you roll, I think it's 15 or less. If you subtract 15 from your score, if you roll that, it's also a critical success. So if you have like a skill of 30, you're pretty damn good. 20 is considered like super good, like super good, like William Shakespeare, um, right for acting or playwright. Um, if you're talking Bard, you're talking uh, like you get the idea. It's pretty much perfection at level 20. If you want to go beyond perfection, you can, because what happens if the acting What happens if you're trying to break into some place that gives a negative 10 to any challenge to try and break into it? So now you're at a 10, which is still pretty good. It's roughly 50-50. Um, but anyone trying that with like a skill of 11 or 12 needs a critical success. So, I mean, there's no cap. You can go as high as you want. How often does that happen? Not that rarely. Usually, um, modifiers are somewhere between 1 and 10, either to your benefit or to against you. Um, for example, shooting someone in the eye has a -9 to your roll. Has a -9 difficulty. If you aim shot to the eye, -9. So if you want to shoot someone in the eye, you'll be -9. So if you have a skill of 25, that's going to be a lot easier because it will be a 16 or less. Is it 16? Yeah, 16 or less. So I mean, do you understand? It's what about raw strength? That's your that's your strength. Um, those are attributes. Same exact thing. You need to roll whatever your strength. 3d6. Roll under your strength. There is a limit on attributes, um, which I believe is 20. Oh no, no, there is none. For each attribute, a score of 10 represents the human average. 8 to 12 is range considered normal. Scores 16 is definitely unusual. Scores of 20 or above 20 are superhuman. So you can go above 20, but it's going to cost you 25 points per. In addition, so it's going to cost you a total of 175 points. And with attributes, it costs double. So if you want to up your dexterity after you start, it costs double what it says here. But can you modify your strength stats afterwards, regardless of cost? Regardless of cost, yes, but it will cost you an arm and a leg. No joke intended. It's in tabletop. Let me grab that for you real fast. I think it's still here. Did I remove it? Oh no. Yeah, here we go. The actual GURPS books is yeah, actual GURPS books is what we use, and I can send a link to that. But this will at least get you on the right road. So the link is in the general chat for general talk. Will XP carry over? No, it will not. XP gain now will not carry over to 2.0. Only because it's a brand new system and trying to calculate it over will be too much. I'm considering making. So everyone starts out at 100 points. That's normal starting character. Um, you can choose. Okay, I'll get to that in a moment. We're resetting characters. I'll get to that in a moment. Start out with 100 points. For people who have been here, I'm considering giving like an extra 5 points for every 3 months or something in that ratio. So that way, like people who have been here for a long time will get extra points to spend because they've been here for a long time, and so on. You can now, as for resetting your characters, you are resetting your character stats. You are resetting your character skills. All that stuff gets reset. However, you could choose to either keep your character and just remake him in the new system and age him 20 years, or you could choose to get rid of your character, they ride off into the distance, and you make a brand new character. Either way, you're going to get the extra points. So, because I'm rewarding you guys for being around instead of rewarding the characters. So, you'll still get your thing. It all depends on whether or not you want to still play your character. And you'll be able to play your character if you want to, or you'll make a new one. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, are resetting characters? Kinda. It's totally up to you. There'll be a 20-year span, um, of which, like, the characters still surviving could decide, hey, this is what has happened in the past 20 years. Um, the attack on the attack of the Renok are going to be what calls the attack on Renok is going to be what causes the advance. It's not time travel or anything. We're just going to end characters 1.0 with a big battle in space. And to do that, I need. Side note: to do that, I need to fix up weapons. I need to fix up helm, so you guys can actually fight. And I have NPC ships flying around on my dev server. They like pick a location, and then they fly to it, and then when they get there, they land, they do whatever, and then they pick another location and do that. So I have basic movement of NPCs on, and I need to put in something where if it sees a ship that it's hostile towards, it will fire weapons at the ship. Um, and then what I'll do is I'll just drop a bunch of them into the world, and that will be the Renok invasion. And you guys can fly around. You'll get shot at. You can shoot back. You know the whole thing. And once the invasion is taken care of, we push out 2.0. Um, well, we're gonna have to push out 2.0 at first. So, but it will be with. I can't do the invasion without pushing out Space 2.0. Space 2.0 is a requirement for Characters 2.0. Characters 2.0 is a requirement for Space 2.0. It might have to be that we'll push it out,
Maybe every
and
single character gets their own small invasion.
that doesn't work. What I think we're going to have to do is we'll have to push it out, create up characters, and then for those who choose change, create up your old characters, and you'll fight it out, and so on. Or we could just say it happened, we won, and just move on with the game. So that's it. We'll figure it out as we get closer. Right now, I need to get space done before before the invasion can happen, because otherwise it's just not going to work. Because the old system still is working on the 1.1-1 to 1-7, and the new system is going to deal with -1 million to +1 million in terms of space. So that will be that's how big we're gonna get. We're gonna get really big. We're like big. So, anything else? I do have to get going. My leg is starting to hurt. I can't sit on this chair for that much longer. Is there anything else you guys want to know about? Hey, no problem. I appreciated doing this, and I would like to make a personal apology for not getting the stuff out by the end of the year. Um, Shit happened in this year, and it got taken care of, but it put me a lot behind. Um, but hopefully um, it will go better next year. Hopefully, um, and no problem for giving you an update. I like giving you updates, and I'm gonna upload this to the Fifth Wall Gaming website or the Fifth Wall Gaming YouTube account for anyone who wants to go. But I think you can save it on Twitch. If you can, I'll just save it on Twitch. But I'll also upload it as well. Thanks a lot, guys. See you in 2018. Happy holidays, in case I don't get the chance to see you. Um, and talk to you later. Peace out.